Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. Woo! It's Friday. We made it through another week. Hello, everyone. Hello, my friends. Come on in. We're going to be making something fun today. I think it's going to be fun. So I hope you think it's fun too. Come on in. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Hi, Heather. Hello down the street. Hi, Heather. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Mimi. Hi, Gina. Hello, Carol. Hello, Cindy. Hello, Jennifer. Good afternoon. Hello, everyone. Hi. Hello, hello. So, today, we are going to be... Hi. You are going to use your Chroma with unit stencils. You said to remind you. I think I see one over there. One moment, please. One moment. Hi, everyone. I only have one over here, but I will remind me to do it towards the end. Because I had no plan of using a Chroma mist today. Wasn't thinking, but I do have one, luckily, over here. Natalia, she always brings me one that's not like if there's one that's not completely full, she'll bring it over to me, and that's what that is. So, hi, Darren. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Penny. Hi, Heather. Hi, CM Hawkins. Hi, my friends. Hello, my Beverly, my favorite reviewer in all time from on BrutusMonroe.com. She writes the best reviews, and I see all of the reviews. This might be something that you guys might surprise you, but I read every single review, every single one that is put on BrutusMonroe.com. They all come to my email, every single one of them. And I always get so excited to see Beverly's because she's so kind and so sweet, and she is so good at articulating really what the product is and what she likes about it and maybe what she doesn't like about it, and I love that. So, all right, everyone. So today we are going to be using, you guessed it, the Stick and Stamp mat, and I'm really excited to let you all know that there are 1,000 of these that are already going to be in the hands of all of you. So how exciting is that? That 1,000 of you, well, I shouldn't say 1,000 because although there might be 1,000 that are gone, there were many of you, and bless you for this, that ordered like 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and some 10 of them. So thank you. I'm so excited to see how much you love it, and I hope you love it just as much as I do. So we're going to use the Stick and Stamp mat. We are going to use the heart die. This is from the Heart Petals die set, I believe. Is it Heart Petals or is it from the Dotted Heart? I know that someone will tell me. Someone will tell me. So I believe it's from, well, I don't know. Well, I could tell you, you will need dotted heart, and the heart petal heart in order to create this card. So today, I am creating a card for Uncle Robbie, which is my Valentine. So I am going to be creating a Valentine for him, and he never watches any of my videos. Well, this will be the one that he watches, so he won't be able to see it. I did not, Nikki, but that is good to know. I know that now. So he loves plaid as much as I love plaid. As you can see, pretty much every day if you watch my live videos, I am always wearing some form of plaid. Playful Plaid just came back in stock, so this is the perfect time for us to be able to utilize it. We are also going to be using the geometric stencil from the Stick and Stamp stencil line. And we are going to be using the Love from, hold on, let me look at my cheat sheet. Love is from the Heart Petals die set, and we are going to be using the U from the Dotted Heart set, okay? So, I mean, I implore you to just grab both of them because I promise you'll use them. And we're going to be using some of the Simon Hurley inks. We're going to be using some of the Matte Mist. Oh, I completely forgot to bring down I wanted to grab one of the Squeaky Clean dispensers. So I could put this in here so I could show you how to use that. I might go grab one in a little bit. But yeah, I wanted to grab a Squeaky Clean dispenser to show you how you can utilize that. But we won't need that for a little bit. So let's head down to the table and let's get started, shall we? Are you happy that I didn't accidentally hit the end button this time? Sweet baby goodness. Okay, so first and foremost, what we're going to do is we need some patterned paper that we are going to utilize for the background. I don't know if you all have seen this paper pad before. This is by far one of my absolute favorite paper pads that we have ever put out at Brutus Monroe. Not just because I love plaid so much, but because it is all seasonal. You can use this for the holidays. You can use this for the holidays. You can use this for fall. You can use this for Easter, spring. It really has all sorts of different beautiful plaid colors in it. But this particular plaid right here reminds me of a shirt that Uncle Robbie, or Rob, I just call him Uncle Robbie because I'm just so used to that with my Scoozies. But this looks just like a shirt that Uncle Robbie, or Rob, or yeah, absolutely for Father's Day, wears all the time. So it reminds me so much of him, so I want to use this as the background of the card. Now, because I want to use this as the background of the card, I need to pull some of these colors to utilize in our stenciling. So I think we'll definitely use some of the traffic cone. I think we'll definitely use a little bit of Love Struck. And let's see, I think we should use a little bit of the Clear Skies, and then I think we need the other yellow, which is called, well, do we want to use Psych, or do I have Fallen Shooting Star? That's what I want to use. Okay, so we're going to use these 4 colors today. So we're going to use Shooting Star, Clear Skies, Love Struck, and Traffic Cone. And I don't know if you all saw the sneak peek or the sneaks that Simon Hurley has been doing, but he has a release coming up, and it's on its way to us. It'll be here Monday. So how exciting is that? So let's go ahead and let's get started. So what I'm going to need to do, can't wait to see the second event. Oh yes, it's going to be great. It's going to be really great. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 different pieces because I love for them to all be a little bit different. So we're going to do 3 different pieces. Now remember, if you have the stick and stamp mat, I forgot, I didn't tell you, we're going to also use some Perfect Blend alcohol marker cardstock. So we're going to need 3 pieces of that because we are going to be cutting out 3 hearts. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3. And we're going to start blending these. So there are not new ink colors, but I can tell you because I know that he sneak peeked this on his Instagram. There is new lunar paste, and don't worry, we got many cases of each of them. So make sure to keep your eye peeled. Keep your eye peeled. I think I'm pretty sure it releases next week, but we'll have it in time for the release. So remember, with your stick and stamp stencils, they are designed so they can fit absolutely perfectly. So you just want to center it. I mean, you can center it however you want. It's completely up to you. Create your own ending. But we're just going to center that on here. And all you do is just press all the way around. See that? Press it down. You gotta make sure it kind of lines up though, because sometimes the stencil can not line up perfectly, but there we go. So we're gonna go ahead and now we're done. That's it. Look, this stencil, I wish I could throw it up against the wall without damaging anything, but to show you that it's gonna stay, but it's not going anywhere, okay? Well, thank you, Jennifer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start in rainbow order. So we'll do the red to the orange to the yellow to the blue, and we're just going to start blending. That's all we're going to do. So we're going to first start with Love Struck, and I'll always keep this here. You sure can, Donna. The only thing that I will say, the only thing that you want to be careful with is you absolutely do not want to let it dry on your sticky mat. So if it gets on your sticky mat, just use some dish soap and a little bit of water. You can also use, of course, the matte mist. Make sure you clean it off. You really do not want to submerge your your sticky mat into water. You just want to kind of clean it off with, a spray or a spritz on top. But yes, you absolutely can, 100%. Now, you want to try to avoid it the best you can. Obviously, you don't want to get crazy, with it on top of there, but you absolutely can, 100%. It's going to make everything, I promise you, it's going to make your life so much easier. This little mat is going to make so many things so much easier for you. All right, so now we're going to go in with the beautiful traffic cone. Isn't it the best plaid ever? I agree. I should have, when I was thinking about this today, I should have worn that shirt of his today so you could see. He might be wearing it today. I don't know. I don't get to see generally what he's wearing until he comes home from work, because he leaves at 5:30 in the morning, and I'll tell you right now, that is not when I leave in the morning. So I rarely see his outfit until he comes home. All right, so now we're going to go in with some of the Shooting Star, which I think is my favorite yellow. I really do. I think it's my favorite. Okay, and again, always start towards where your previous color was, like so. All right, and then, whoops, not the right lid. Last but certainly not least, we will go in with Clear Skies. And just make sure you're blending it up as much as you can. And I think that that matches perfectly. What about you? Yes. Well, it's a benefit and also a not so benefit, because the thing is, being your own boss, you really have to make sure that you, but I mean, I love coming to work. I love my job so much, and I think y'all know that. But you have to be a little bit more disciplined, that's all. Okay, so now we're just gonna, look, watch. Doesn't that just make your heart sing? It makes my heart sing. All right, so now the best part of this is, all we're gonna do is we're just gonna kind of, the mat's very flexible. We're just gonna peel this one off. That one's done. Now the best part is just grab yourself, look, you can see exactly where it needs to go. Grab yourself another piece of the cardstock of your choice. Again, we always suggest the perfect blend. And then all I have to do is line this back up. Now, of course, you can have this be a little bit off. I mean, and I would actually suggest that it's a little bit off so that your hearts are, now, of course, we can cut out our hearts however we want. They don't all have to be exactly the same, but what I'm gonna do is lift this up and place this. And again, you're just gonna go around the outside. Now, if this makes you nervous because there's ink on it, you can, wear gloves or whatever you want. It doesn't make me nervous. If I don't have inky fingers, I think people would worry. So, all right, so now we're gonna go and we're gonna do the second one. And the great thing is, this now makes it exactly the same, almost exactly the same on every one. It's completely up to you depending on how you blend it. Does that make sense? And look at that blend. Can you believe that? I mean, well, yes, the Simon Hurley inks have a lot to do with how beautiful this blend is, but also the fact that you have the most, and I can say this with the utmost complete confidence, this is the most secure your stencil will ever be. I mean, look, I am literally within an inch of its life blending on here. Within an inch of its life. So, oh, awesome, Candy. And it's not budging, not an inch. And I mean, that truly, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, this truly it has, you know, there are 3 things that you need to get a really good blend. Number 1 is your ink. You have to have a really, really, really good ink, or you're not going to get a really good blend. Number 2, the paper. The paper is so important. It needs to be a very, very smooth paper, which is just what happens to be. Hi, Laura. This is attached to the brand new Brutus Monroe Stick and Stamp Matte. The paper. You have to have a really, really great paper, because if you don't have a really smooth, really, really great paper, you're not going to get a great blend. Plus, it has to be able to absorb the ink correctly. And number 3, which is quite possibly one of the most important, is these stencils are made specifically for the Stick and Stamp Matte candy, because they have a special border that sticks all the way around. But with that being said, the way that you are attaching your stencil to your project, and I have seen so many folks that are attaching their stencil, I mean, in all sorts of different ways, which is fine. You know, they're putting tape all the way around the outside. They're doing all sorts of different things to try to attach their stencil to their project. And what I see time and time again, unfortunately, time and time again, I will see where folks, unfortunately, will not have it attached well enough. And if they're not attached well enough, what will happen is you'll have slippage, or the ink will get underneath, or, I mean, there's a million different things that can happen if it's not attached to your project correctly. And luckily, with this beautiful little mat, that is again, the Stamp and Stick mat, or Stick and Stamp, excuse me, I always say it backwards. Stick and Stamp mat from Brutus Monroe. It just works seamlessly. I mean, look at this blend. Look at this blend. Can you even believe it? I use the sorry everyone, I just got a text from Jennifer McGuire. And when Jennifer McGuire texts you, you look and see what's going on. So having this to be attached like this is just, it's a game changer. It really is. It really is. All right. Thank you, Penny. You're the best. All right, so now we're just going to go ahead and hello, Jennifer. I just told everybody that you texted me, and I just told Jennifer I just told everyone that you texted me, and I said when Jennifer McGuire texts, you have to check and make sure everything's okay. So again, what we did here is we have the new Stick and Stamp stencils that are made specifically to work with this, because it has a special border that sticks all the way around to your mat. So you will get a perfect blend every single time. I promise you. You could have never blended a day in your life, and you will get a perfect blend. Now look, isn't that amazing? So we actually, I think, are going to be able to get what we need off of these 2 panels. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clean it. So we're going to pop this off of here. Now this is the best part. Are you ready? This is always the magic that everybody is like, oh my goodness gracious, that is incredible. So all I'm going to do is, you can just take water if you would like. You can just take plain water, as long as you're not, you can just take plain water if you're not using like red or darker ink. So you can see I got ink all over this, right? All over it. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I don't want you to sweat it. I don't want you to be upset. I don't want you to, to think that, oh no, I made the worst mistake ever. All you're going to do, you can take your Squiggy Clean Matte Mist, smells delicious. You are going to just give it a little spritz. And you can spritz it all over the mat if you want to. It's no big deal. Oh, this smells so good. All right, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take your paper towel or any other kind of lint-free cloth, and look, it cleans right off. Now, I'm going to clean the whole thing. I generally do this every time that I every time that I make it messy. So now I want you, this is the cool part. So now watch. It's not sticky at all. Look, I can't get it to stick to me to save my life. Let me wipe off under here, wipe off the top. I can't get this thing to stick to me to save my life. So I want you all, I wish I had a timer. So let's count to 30. So that'll be like 30 seconds, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All you need is 30 seconds, okay? Now watch. Isn't that the greatest thing you ever saw? I mean, it's not going anywhere. And just to show you I don't have, you know, some sort of sticky thing on my hand, watch. Isn't that crazy? As hard as I can go. It's not going anywhere. Isn't that amazing? So, again, this is the Stick and Stamp mat. I would say that you could probably clean it about 100 times. About 100 times before, you know, it might start to lose its stickiness. I have, you know, my original one, I've probably cleaned 150 times. We can't make a guarantee because it's all going to depend on how you clean yours or what you use to clean yours. So that's, you know, kind of the deal. So now what we're going to do is I am going to cut out, and we're going to use this also for positioning, because Miss Jennifer McGuire, whom most of you can see is here in the chat, she was my absolute inspiration for this product because she was using some mats that she had cut apart and, you know, made into different pieces and, you know, made it fit into her stamp positioner, but she was using it to position different sentiments and things. And as soon as I saw that she was doing that, I said, now wait a second. Wait a hot minute. That's brilliant. So using this tool, not only for stencils, but also using this tool for, sorry, I'm just die cutting this, that's all I'm doing. Using this tool for alignment and positioning, one of the main reasons that I put these guidelines, you can see them right here, is so you can see what your card's gonna look like, right? All right, so now what I'm gonna do, so don't throw away this piece. I mean, my goodness, the things you can do with this piece. But now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to grab this piece, and this piece is what's going to be the center of our card. But what's great about this is with these center marks that we have on our mat, we can see exactly where the center is, right? Right? Isn't that cool? I think it's super cool. So now what we're going to do is we are going to half cut. So I can see on here that this is about, I'd say about the halfway mark, okay? Now, you do you. You do this however you would like to do this. You can do this so that, you know, it's more than half or less than half. But what we're going to do is we're going to just place this piece down here, and then we're going to trim it off later. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. So now what we're going to do is we are going to grab, well, I thought we were going to grab, oh, here it is. I was like, I know it's not far. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to grab some more tape, and we're going to tape this piece down. Because again, all we need is half. Does that, you'll see, it'll make sense in a second. All right, so we're going to pop this into our die cutting machine. Okay. And now you'll see we only have, because we're going to do the hearts all the way down. Now you can measure this, you could do all sorts of stuff. I'm not going to, because I'm not that kind of card maker. I know that a lot of you are that kind of card maker, and I applaud you. I am not. I am not, and I will not lie to you for a second and say that I am. I am not that kind of card maker. I am much more of a fly by the seat of my pants kind of crafter, and I think that that's a fun way. a fun way to craft and create. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the top portion, and I hope y'all are picking up what I'm laying down. I think you will in a second. All right, so I'm going to run this guy through now. Freestyle Crafter, yes, FSC. And I've always been that way. If you watch some of my original videos, it's just the way I am. All right, so now what we're going to do, again, don't throw away these pieces. That's you can do a lot of great things with those. And now we're going to position this piece right here, and it's going to make it look like it was all cut out of the same thing, right? Isn't that cool? So we're going to set this to the side. Now we know exactly where this is going to be on our card because we have this positioning, right? Isn't that great? Okay, see you later, Jennifer. Thank you for stopping. So there we go. So there's that. Okay, so we'll move that to the side, and now we just need to cut down our card panel. So again, I'm using this Relic. Do you remember this trimmer? I think this was my first paper trimmer. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Woo! See, it's like really ripping up this paper, but that's okay. It's really ripping up this paper, but we'll just pretend. We'll pretend it didn't, right? So now I'm gonna cut, actually let's cut a 1/4 of an inch off of each side. So we have a little bit of, whoops, that's not a 1/4 of an inch. Oh my word. Wait, where does this? We're not going to, because I am not used to this trimmer and it's gonna go south very quickly. Okay, so now let's grab one of our pre-cut, pre-scored card panels. Make sure everything lines up correctly. And then we'll score it completely, okay? Grab our tape. And again, this is the Brutus & Rowe Easy Tear Tissue Tape. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to pop this up. Or lift this up, sorry. I forgot, I'm reformed. Look. Look, Penny. I'm reformed. Okay. Me too, and I love the fact that it's 180 feet. Okay. So now we're just going to place this like so. Okay, now this is when the magic is going to happen, right? So the way the magic will happen is we're going to take this guy, remember this guy? And it should be completely dry by now. We'll see if it is. The only thing that you have to be mindful of when you are using the Simon Hurley inks is they have to be completely dry if you are going to use like some sort of tape or adhesive on top of them. And this is literally, this again is a trick that I learned 100% from Jennifer McGuire. And I love this trick. So I'm just taking, this is just some paper tape. I can't tell you the exact name of it yet because it does not exist in the world yet. But this is a paper tape that you are just going to adhere. Make sure you got some good, we'll use another piece here just in case. You just want to make sure that it's a tape that's not going to damage your product here or your, all your hard work. Okay. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to gently roll your mat up. See what I'm doing? Can you see? Roll your mat up. It has a lot of flexibility. And you're just going to keep on rolling. Okay. And now, well, you want to make sure that you don't re-stick it. See how I re-stuck it by accident? There we go. And of course, if you're not doing this live like I am, you won't run into this problem. But when you do things live, things happen, right? So now everything is centered and it's perfect. And then this little piece right here, we can just peel right off of there, okay? So now we're done with this guy. So make sure, this is the one thing that I want you to all remember. The only thing, if it's the only thing that you remember to replace your little plastic sheet on top, okay? Remember, that's your number one thing to remember. Okay, so now we are going to take just some adhesive, okay? Again, some of the wonderful tape. And the only spot that we need, it is a sticky situation, the only spot that we need the most adhesive is going to be right here in the center heart, because this center heart is the piece that is going to be stuck down the most. And then what we're going to do is take your little tool. Isn't it beautiful? There's a whole, you should see the whole pad. If you go to the website and go to the Plaid, it's called Playful Plaid. This is what the front of the packaging looks like. There are lots of really detailed plaids in there. And I had seen, and I'm actually glad that you said that. Who said that? Jennifer, because a lot of the plaids that I saw in the market were very loose and very open plaids, if that makes sense. And the problem I always had with that was that because of that, it wasn't really, it wasn't the best. I mean, I love them and I love an open and, but I needed some more tight, tight fitting plaids, and you know what I mean. All right, so now all you're going to do is look is like one big piece of paper, right? So we could just place this. You have a little, remember with the tape, you have a little bit of wiggle room. Okay, well, let's move this up just a smidgen. Okay. All right, and then we'll tape all of this down. This portion, I think, got a little bit crooked, so let's peel this up and we can position this now so that it's perfectly at the top here. There we go. And then all you're going to do is you're going to take your paper tape and peel it right off. Does not harm your project at all. There we go. And then down here towards the bottom, we have a little bit of overhang. No big deal. We're going to grab our favorite scissors and we're just going to trim it off. Sometimes you just need a really good pair of scissors. And there we go. Oh my goodness, I love it. I hope you love it as much as I do. Soon, Carol, that might just be a prototype. You never know. It could very well be a prototype. It could. All right, so now what we're going to do is I am not going to use the shadow. I am just going to use the inner pieces of these words, because I think that that is the best way to do this, because there's a lot going on, and I think it'll just be really pretty if it's just very kind of dainty. And I'm going to use some glitter stock. So this is the glitter stock in the bronze, or the brass, excuse me. And we're just going to place these two words in here, and we will be off to the races. Hello in Florida. All right. And then these pieces are just going to fall right out. Whoops. And the die will just fall right to the ground. And here we go. So we will have the love. And I know it's hard to see on camera, but believe me, it is very bling-alicious here. So we have the love. Oh no, I have to recut out the U. I accidentally ripped off the top part. Got a little too aggressive with it. Sorry, guys. Hold on. When I knocked it out of there. Oh, didn't do it that time. All right. It is very sparkly. If you have not tried our glitter stock before, and it does not shed. And then we have the U. All right, so I'm just going to take a little bit of the Brutus Monroe Easy Squeeze white glue. Isn't it wonderful? Those dies, I'm telling you. So we're just going to hit the larger areas. You don't need, you don't need a lot of this glue. All right. So we'll put down our love. Right across there. Okay, and I kind of like how that's kind of peeking off there a little bit, right? And then we'll attach our U. And I like that the U is a little bit smaller in scale, because that just makes sense to me. I hope it makes sense to you for the U to be the larger portion. Okay. And there is the U. And there we go. So now, for all of its shining, shimmering splendor, here is our Love You card. Now, if you don't like the idea of this being on top of all of this graphic madness, you can absolutely add a little piece of Brutus Monroe, the Brutus Monroe vellum on top of it. I personally love that when you move it, no pun intended, you can really see that shining, shimmering splendor. So that's why I wanted the big crazy pattern in the background, but it's completely up to you. 100% up to you how you would do this, but look at that glitter. It almost looks like it's lighting up, right? And I kind of like that you have to look at it to see the Love You, right? And it's kind of hidden. It's a kind of a hidden cool message. So that is our card for today, but don't worry, I am going to use the Chroma Mist. I promised I would use the Chroma Mist. So I'm going to move this over to the side. I'm actually going to put it right behind me because I don't want it to get damaged while I am spritzing and spraying away. Let's see. And you said you wanted me to do it through a stencil? Is that right? So I'm going to grab a little bit of the Not Your Mama's. We'll use the circle one. Okay, we're just going to place it just like so. Now, I am not going to mis-stitch. I'm going to mist this over the garbage can. And the only reason I'm going to do that is because I don't want it to get all over my table. So I'm just going to pull out my garbage can here, and I'm just going to mist this on top of the garbage can because I do not want for it to get all over my table. Normally I would mist it like in a box, but I don't have the box sitting here. So I'm just going to move this right down here by the garbage can. I'm just going to mist it right on top of here. Shake up your Chroma mist. All right. So here you go. So it is now, it's on there. It's not going anywhere. It's on there. So what I am going to do is I am going to blot this, because you can see there's a lot of color on top there. But you could take, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take another piece of paper. Oh no, I'll take a tag. And blot up the color. There we go. And look at that. Negative impression. Okay, but I'm going to blot up the rest of it now with the paper towel, because I don't want it to get all over the place. But now you'll see, I'll show you, when you lift this off, and now it's not completely dry yet obviously, but look at how beautiful that is. The Chroma Mist is an ink-based spray. So there you go. And it's going to dry. So now you can see I got Chroma Mist all over my project. No biggie. No biggie. No fret. Grab your matte mist. Grab your little towel. And it wipes right off. Okay, now remember, so, whoops, let me clean off my area. This is not sticky now, right? Look, not going anywhere. But by the time you count to 30, by the time you, and we're not going to count to 30 again because I don't want everybody to have to count with me. But by the time you count to 30, this mat will be sticky again. So let me just take a little, oh, I have to put my top back on my glue. Let me take a little sip of my Powerade. And then by the time I'm done with my sip of Powerade, watch. Sticky again. Other hand. Sticky again. It's live, guys. This is not a pre-recorded video where I'm like switching out switching them out and cleaning one and switching it out with a new one so that you can see, to make it seem like it's, it's still sticking, blah, blah, blah. This is all live. There's no cutaways. There's no grabbing another one. I mean, this same one you saw me, this same one, you saw me clean it, and it became sticky again. It's wonderful. It's really great. So, as I said before, I have cleaned mine probably, I don't know, about 100 times. We don't have a guarantee of how many times you can clean it, because, it all depends on your detergent, depends on what you use on it. But I promise you, for $6.99, if you can clean it even 50 times, even 25 times, and it comes back to sticky, it's well worth it. So I want to thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me this week. We're supposed to get some really bad snow here, a crazy snowstorm in Pittsburgh. So the orders may be a little bit delayed in going out. So I apologize if it takes an extra day or two to get them out. Again, if we have really, really bad snow, I do not want my staff to have to try to come in, because that's just craziness. So I will make sure that we can get everything out to you as soon as possible. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you for being a part of my life. I appreciate you all so very much. Remember to create something every single day, whether that is your own project with the stick and stamp mat or your own ending. I appreciate you all so very much. I love you to pieces, and I will see you all very soon. Goodbye, my friends.